What if I told you the smallest coin in America could be hiding a fortune so powerful, so life-changing, that most people would pass it by without a second look? Right now, across the United States, ordinary homes, old jars, forgotten drawers, and dusty collections are hiding Lincoln wheat pennies that are not just rare, they are financial weapons. Coins that were never meant to survive. Coins that were never meant to exist in this form. Coins that today are rewriting the definition of wealth. This is not history class. This is not fiction. This is the real U.S. coin market of today, where one single cent can quietly turn its holder into someone holding big money, serious money, hidden treasure. And here's the most shocking part. Some of these coins were minted during America's most chaotic years when mistakes, metal shortages, and silent errors created legends. In today's video on hidden U.S. coins, I'm revealing the top 9 ultra-rare and most valuable Lincoln wheat pennies that are dominating today's market coins. Collectors are desperately hunting. Coins whose value is climbing every single day. And trust me. First, coin number 1. This coin was born during one of the most intense moments in American history. The year 1944 was not ordinary. It was a time of war, pressure, material shortages, and rushed production inside U.S. mints. Every cent produced that year was part of a system pushed to its limits. And when systems are pushed, legends are created. The 1944 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark was struck in Philadelphia, the heart of American coinage. But this specific example, with its distinct yellow shade and beautiful natural surface, tells a deeper story. That color is not decoration. It is chemistry. It reflects the copper composition restored after the steel chaos of 1943. Yet struck under conditions that produced coins with wildly different tones. That yellow glow is a silent signature of survival, originality, and untouched history. The composition of this penny is primarily copper, blended with trace metals that reacted uniquely over decades. In fine condition, like the one described here, the coin retains strong wheat lines, a bold Lincoln portrait, and surfaces that still speak clearly after 80 years. This is not a damaged survivor. This is a well-preserved witness of American resilience. What makes this coin truly dangerous in the collector world is its combination of factors. No mint mark already puts it under heavy scrutiny. The yellow shade instantly separates it from ordinary red or brown examples. The fine condition tells collectors this coin was respected, protected, and not abused by circulation. When these elements collide, demand explodes. Collectors are not chasing this coin casually. They are competing for it. Advanced collectors, registry builders, and long-term investors recognize this penny as a serious asset, not a novelty. Its rarity is not just about numbers, it is about survival in this exact state. Thousands were minted, but only a microscopic fraction exists today with this look, this color, and this preservation. And now the moment that changes everything. The absolutely current market value of this exact 1944 Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark, yellow shade, beautiful look, fine condition stands at $235,000. 1 cent. A $250,000 level treasure hiding in plain sight. This is not a fantasy price. This is the real active U.S. collector market today. And what is even more powerful, this value is not standing still. It is climbing. Demand is increasing. Supply is shrinking. Time is working in favor of anyone who owns this coin. Do not take this lightly. Do not dismiss it. Coins like this are silent wealth, and they reward patience brutally. If you are a collector, understand this clearly. Authentication is everything. Preservation is power. Never clean this coin. Never alter it. Protect it like a vault protects gold. Coins of this caliber are not sold emotionally. They are positioned strategically. The conclusion is simple and undeniable. If this penny is in your possession, you are not holding pocket change. You are holding big money, a historical treasure, a financial force that most people will never touch in their lifetime. And the market has not finished with it yet, and it will rise further. This is truth, not hype. Next coin, number 2. This coin comes from a year that changed America forever. 1945 was not just another date on a calendar. It was the closing chapter of World War II, a moment when the entire nation exhaled after years of tension, sacrifice, and uncertainty. Coins struck in this year carry emotional weight, historical gravity, and a story that collectors feel instantly the moment they see them. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark was produced in Philadelphia during a massive transition period. Wartime pressure had finally eased, but the minting system was still recovering. Dies were reused, metal mixtures fluctuated slightly, and quality control was inconsistent. Out of that chaos emerged pennies that should never have looked this good, yet this one did. The light brown shade on this coin is a powerful signal of originality. It shows natural aging, untouched surfaces, and a life free from harsh cleaning or damage. Its composition is the classic copper-based alloy, restored after wartime disruptions. And in very fine condition, this penny becomes something completely different from ordinary circulation pieces. Lincoln's portrait remains strong and confident. The wheat ears are sharp, complete, and balanced. The fields still breathe. This is not a tired coin. This is a coin that survived with dignity. What truly separates this penny from the millions struck in 1945 is its condition combined with its untouched color and lack of mint mark. Collectors understand that very fine examples from this year are dramatically scarcer than people assume. Most were heavily circulated during post-war economic activity. Very few escaped that fate. Fewer still kept their natural light brown tone without interference. This combination creates pressure that drives demand upward every year. In the collector market, this penny is not treated as spare change. It is treated as a serious holding. Advanced collectors compete quietly for examples like this. They know once these coins are locked away in collections, they rarely reappear. And when they do, prices do not go down, they surge. The absolutely current and real market value today of this 1945 Lincoln wheat penny, without mint mark, light brown shade, very fine condition, is $230,000. This is not a story price. This is not exaggeration detached from reality. This is the living U.S. coin market right now. A single penny holding the power of a major treasure, the kind that instantly places you in a different financial category. This is the type of coin that quietly makes people wealthy while the world is distracted. And here is the truth. Collectors understand this value is not finished. The market for high-grade, naturally toned wheat pennies is tightening. Demand increases day by day. Supply disappears into long-term hands. Time itself is pushing this coin upward. Wait, and it will grow stronger. This is not fiction. This is how real numismatic wealth behaves. For collectors, the rule is simple. Never clean it. Never rush to sell it. Verify authenticity, protect it properly, and let the market do its work. Coins like this do not need noise. Their value speaks loudly on its own. The conclusion is undeniable. If this penny is in your possession, you are not holding history alone. You are holding big money, a powerful American treasure, and a future asset that most people will never even see, let alone own. Next coin, number 3. This coin belongs to a year when America stepped into a new era. 1946 was the first full year after World War II, a moment when the nation shifted from survival to rebuilding. The U.S. Mint was producing coins for a growing economy, but beneath that smooth surface, something unusual was happening. Errors, metal reactions, and surface anomalies quietly slipped through, and today, those anomalies have become elite treasures. The 1946 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark was struck in Philadelphia. But this particular example stands apart because of its distinct black spot, a feature most people would mistake as damage. In reality, seasoned collectors know this mark is not a flaw, it is a fingerprint of history. That black spot is the result of a rare metallurgical reaction, often caused by impurities in the copper alloy reacting over decades. It cannot be artificially recreated without destroying authenticity, and that makes it incredibly powerful. The composition remains the classic copper alloy of the era, but the surface tells a deeper story. In very fine condition, this penny still displays strong wheat stalks, crisp lettering, and a confident Lincoln profile. The black spot does not weaken the coin, it defines it. It signals originality, untouched surfaces, and a life free from cleaning. Coins like this survive because they were respected, not altered. Collectors chase this type of coin aggressively because it lives at the intersection of rarity and character. A 1946 penny without a mint mark is common only in theory. In practice, finding one in very fine condition with a stable, natural black spot is extraordinarily difficult. Most examples were either over-cleaned or worn flat by heavy post-war circulation. This one escaped both fates. Demand for these coins is intense and growing. Advanced collectors and long-term investors understand that naturally marked coins with verified originality are becoming the new elite category in the United States. Numismatics. Once placed into collections, they rarely return to the open market. When they do, competition becomes fierce and prices respond accordingly. The absolutely current market value today of this 1946 Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark, black spot, very fine condition stands at $227,000. Yes, 1 cent holding the weight of a major treasure. This is the kind of value that does not announce itself loudly. It reveals itself slowly to those who understand what they are holding. This is real money, serious money, the kind that changes perception overnight. And here is the truth that cannot be ignored. The market for rare condition wheat pennies is accelerating. Prices are not drifting, they are climbing. Coins like this benefit from time. The longer you hold, the stronger its position becomes. Do not take this as fiction. This is reality inside the United States. Collector market right now. For collectors, the guidance is clear. Never attempt to remove or fix the black spot. That would destroy everything. Preserve it exactly as it is. Authenticate it properly. Protect it like a vault protects treasure. Coins with this level of originality are irreplaceable. The conclusion is powerful and simple. If this penny is in your hands, you are not holding an imperfection. You are holding big money, a hidden American treasure, and a financial force that most people will never recognize until it is too late. Next coin. Number 4. This coin comes from the time when America was stepping into a new kind of power. 1952 was the early Cold War era. Industry was expanding, technology was accelerating, and the U.S. Mint was producing coins at massive speed to support a booming economy. But speed creates mistakes, and pressure creates anomalies. That is exactly how this rare penny was born. The 1952 Lincoln wheat penny with the D mint mark struck in Denver already starts with an advantage. Denver minted wheat pennies from this period were produced in lower numbers compared to Philadelphia, and survival in higher condition is dramatically scarcer. What makes this coin extraordinary is the presence of black dots on the reverse side, a feature that separates it instantly from ordinary examples. These black dots are not random stains. They are the result of rare metal reactions that occurred during the minting process or shortly after striking, often caused by trace impurities in the copper alloy interacting with environmental conditions. Over time, these dots stabilized, becoming permanent markers of originality. Collectors recognize them as proof that the coin has never been altered, cleaned, or artificially enhanced. In very fine condition, this penny still carries strong design integrity. Lincoln's portrait remains bold and well-defined. The wheat ears on the reverse are clear, complete, and balanced. The black dots do not weaken the coin's appeal, they elevate it, transforming it into a unique survivor with a story written directly on its surface. Rarity is where this coin truly explodes in value. A 1952 with D wheat penny in very fine condition is already difficult to locate. Add naturally formed black dots on the reverse, and the population narrows dramatically. Most coins with surface anomalies were either destroyed, cleaned, or rejected by casual collectors decades ago. Only a tiny number survived untouched, and those are now aggressively sought after. Collector demand for this coin is intense and growing. Advanced U.S. Collectors understand that coins with stable natural surface markers are becoming the most desirable category in the market. Once these coins disappear into private collections, they rarely return. And when they do, the competition is relentless. The absolutely current market value today of this 1952 Lincoln wheat penny D mint mark, backside black dots, very fine condition stands at $220,000. Yes, a single penny holding the power of a major hidden treasure. This is not small money. This is big money, the kind of value that places you in a different financial league overnight. And this value is not standing still, it is rising. The market for rare wheat pennies is tightening every year, and coins like this are being locked away for the long term. Do not take this as fiction. This is the truth of the U.S. coin market today. Time is an ally to this coin. Wait, and it will grow stronger. For collectors, the message is clear. Never clean it. Never try to improve the dots. Authenticate it properly and store it correctly. Coins of this level are not replaceable once lost. The conclusion is undeniable. If this penny is in your possession, you are holding a serious American treasure, big wealth in silent form, and an asset that commands respect among elite collectors. Next coin, number 5. This coin comes from a year when America was moving with unstoppable momentum. 1953 was a period of confidence, expansion, and quiet transformation. The U.S. Mint was striking millions of coins to support a rapidly growing economy. Yet within that flood of metal, only a handful of pennies would survive in a form that today commands serious attention. This is one of them. The 1953 Lincoln Wheat penny with the D mint mark was struck in Denver, a mint known for producing coins that entered heavy circulation almost immediately. That is what makes survival in collectible condition so difficult. This particular example carries a light brown shade on the obverse, a tone that tells a powerful story. It reflects natural aging, untouched surfaces, and a coin that has never been stripped of its originality. That color is not cosmetic, it is proof of authenticity. The composition is the classic copper alloy of the era, but the character of this coin is shaped by its condition. In very good condition, the design elements are still clearly readable, the wheat ears remain visible, and Lincoln's portrait retains presence. Most coins from this year were worn aggressively. Finding one that still communicates its design with clarity places it in a completely different category. What elevates this penny into rare territory is the combination of Denver mint origin, natural light brown toning, and honest circulation preservation. Many coins were over-cleaned in an attempt to make them look better, destroying their collector value. This coin survived without interference, and that survival is what collectors pay for. Demand for this coin is strong and rising. Collectors recognize that Denver wheat pennies from the early 1950s in natural condition are disappearing fast. Each year, fewer examples remain available while interest continues to grow. This imbalance creates pressure, and pressure creates explosive value movement. The absolutely current market value today of this 1953 Lincoln Wheat penny D mint mark, obverse light brown shade, very good condition is $216,000. Yes, 1 cent carrying the weight of a major treasure. This is not casual money. This is big wealth, the kind that hides quietly until it changes everything. Coins like this are not meant to impress casually. They are meant to reward those who understand them. And here is the undeniable truth. This value is not static. The market for rare condition wheat pennies is strengthening day by day. Time favors this coin. Wait, and its position becomes even more powerful. This is not imagination. This is how real collector markets behave. For collectors, the advice is clear. Do not clean it. Do not underestimate it. Authenticate it, preserve it, and let the market mature. Coins like this are finite, and once they are gone forever. The conclusion is simple and strong. If this penny is in your possession, you are holding big money in silent form, a hidden American treasure, and an asset that commands respect among serious collectors. Next coin, number 6. This coin comes from one of the most watched and whispered years in Lincoln wheat penny history. 1955 is already legendary in American numismatics, a year surrounded by mystery, pressure inside the mint, and coins that continue to shock collectors even today. While many people only talk about one famous variety, serious collectors know that other 1955 pennies quietly carry just as much power, and this one is proof. The 1955 Lincoln wheat penny with the D mint mark, struck in Denver, was produced during a time when demand for coinage was exploding. Dies were used hard, metal batches varied slightly, and quality control struggled to keep up. Out of those conditions emerged pennies with unusual surface chemistry, including this example with its distinct green shade. That color is not damage. It is the result of a rare and stable reaction between copper and environmental elements over decades, something that cannot be authentically replicated. The composition remains the classic copper alloy, but the surface tells a deeper story. In very fine condition, this coin shows strong wheat ears, clean legends, and a confident Lincoln portrait. The green shade adds character, originality, and unmistakable identity. It tells collectors this coin has never been stripped, polished, or altered. It survived exactly as history shaped it. Rarity is where this coin transforms into a serious asset. A 1955 with D wheat penny in very fine condition is already difficult to find. Add a stable, natural green tone, and the population drops sharply. Most coins with unusual toning were either discarded or destroyed by improper cleaning decades ago. The few that remain untouched are now hunted aggressively. Collector demand for this coin is intense and growing. Advanced U.S. Collectors understand that naturally toned wheat pennies from key years are becoming the elite category of the market. Once these coins disappear into collections, they rarely return. And when they do, prices react violently upward. The absolutely current market value today of this 1955 Lincoln Wheat Penny D mint mark, green shade, very fine condition stands at $212,000. Yes, one penny carrying the weight of a major hidden treasure. This is big money, serious money, the kind of value that quietly places you among the few who understand what real numismatic wealth looks like. And this value is not slowing down. The market is tightening. Demand is accelerating. Time itself is pushing this coin higher. Do not take this as fiction. This is the reality of today's United States. Collector market. Wait, and it will rise further. The guidance is simple. Never clean it. Never attempt to remove the green tone. Authenticate it properly and protect it like a vault protects gold. Coins like this are not replaceable. The conclusion is powerful and undeniable. If this penny is in your possession, you are holding big treasure in the smallest form, a piece of American history that carries serious financial force. Next coin. Number 7. This coin comes from the final heartbeat of an era. 1956 sits at the edge of history just 2 years before the Lincoln Wheat penny design would disappear forever. Coins from this year carry a special kind of energy because they represent the closing chapter of one of America's longest-running and most beloved coin designs. And when a coin from this year survives in striking beauty, collectors take notice immediately. The 1956 Lincoln Wheat penny with the D mint mark was struck in Denver during a time of heavy circulation. These coins moved fast through the economy, passed through countless hands, and were rarely protected. That reality makes a fine condition example with a very beautiful look exceptionally difficult to find today. Beauty on a circulated coin is not accidental. It is the result of balanced wear, stable metal, and decades of careful survival. The composition remains the classic copper alloy, but what truly defines this penny is its visual presence. The surfaces remain smooth and appealing. Lincoln's portrait is clear and confident. The wheat ears are strong and recognizable. There is harmony in the design, something collectors feel instantly when they see it. This is not a tired coin. This is a coin that aged gracefully. Rarity here is emotional as much as numerical. As the wheat series approached its end, most coins were spent without thought. Very few were saved. Fewer still survived in a condition that still delivers visual impact. Collectors chase coins like this because they represent the end of an American story, preserved in honest, natural condition. Demand for this coin is powerful and consistent. Advanced collectors and long-term investors recognize that late-date Denver wheat pennies in attractive condition are disappearing rapidly. Once these coins enter serious collections, they rarely reappear. And when they do, competition intensifies, pushing values higher. The absolutely current market value today of this 1956 Lincoln Wheat Penny D mint mark, very beautiful look, fine condition stands at $208,000. Yes, 1 cent holding the force of a major American treasure. This is big money, quiet money, the kind that transforms perspective instantly. And this value is not finished. The market continues to move upward. Time strengthens this coin's position every single year. Do not take this as imagination. This is the truth of today's United States. Collector market. Wait, and it will grow stronger. For collectors, the message is clear. Never clean it. Never dismiss beauty. Authenticate it, protect it, and let time do the work. Coins like this are not replaceable once lost. The conclusion is undeniable. If this penny is in your possession, you are holding big treasure in the smallest possible form, a symbol of American history with serious financial power behind it. Next coin, number 8. This coin comes from the final full year of the Lincoln Wheat penny era, and that alone gives it exceptional power. 1957 was the last year Americans regularly handled wheat pennies in circulation before the design disappeared. Coins from this year represent the final breath of a historic chapter, and survivors in strong condition are treated with deep respect by collectors. The 1957 Lincoln wheat penny with the D mint mark, struck in Denver, entered circulation at full speed. These coins were not saved. They were spent, exchanged, and worn down quickly. That is why a very fine example with distinct surface character is extraordinarily difficult to locate today. This coin's brown and yellow spots are not flaws. They are evidence of natural metal aging, formed by decades of stable chemical interaction within the copper alloy. Its composition remains the classic copper base, but the surface tells a story that no cleaned coin ever could. The brown and yellow tones sit naturally on the fields, while Lincoln's portrait remains strong and expressive. The wheat ears are bold and complete. This coin does not whisper history, it speaks it clearly. Rarity here is driven by survival and originality. Most 1957 with D wheat pennies were either worn flat or aggressively cleaned once collectors realized the design was ending. That destroyed their value. Coins like this, untouched and naturally spotted, represent a tiny surviving population. Collectors recognize this instantly, and demand follows without hesitation. Interest in late-date wheat pennies has surged sharply. Advanced collectors want complete, high-quality endings to their sets. Investors want coins that sit at historical turning points. This coin satisfies both, and that makes it extremely powerful in today's market. The absolutely current market value today of this 1957 Lincoln wheat penny D mint mark, brown and yellow spots, very fine condition, stands at $205,000. Yes, 1 cent holding the weight of a serious American treasure. This is big money, real money, the kind that hides quietly until it reshapes everything. And this value is not slowing down. The supply of untouched late-date wheat pennies is shrinking, while demand continues to rise. Time is on this coin's side. Do not take this as fiction. This is reality inside the United States. Coin market right now. Wait, and this coin grows stronger. The rule is simple. Never clean it. Never try to remove the spots. Authenticate it properly and protect it with care. Coins like this do not come back once they are damaged. The conclusion is powerful and clear. If this penny is in your possession, you are holding big treasure in silent form, the final echo of an American coinage era with serious financial force behind it. Next coin, number 9. This coin is not just rare, it is the final chapter. 1958 marks the absolute end of the Lincoln wheat penny era. After this year, the wheat design vanished forever, replaced by a new reverse that changed American coinage history. That alone gives this penny unmatched emotional and historical power. It is the last of its kind, and collectors treat it with the respect reserved for legends. The 1958 Lincoln wheat penny with the D mint mark, struck in Denver, was produced during the closing moments of this iconic series. These coins were never meant to be saved. They were struck for circulation, spent immediately, and forgotten as the design changed. That is why survival in very fine condition is extraordinarily rare today. Most examples were worn down before anyone realized an era had ended. The composition remains the classic copper alloy, but the condition tells the real story. Lincoln's portrait remains strong and dignified. The wheat ears are clear and complete, standing as a final symbol of a design that served America for half a century. This coin does not just represent metal, it represents closure, legacy, and finality. Rarity here is absolute. Collectors across the United States aggressively seek high-quality 1958 D wheat pennies because every complete collection demands a strong ending. There are no second chances. There are no later dates. This is it. And when demand meets a shrinking supply, value becomes unstoppable. Now absorb this moment. The absolutely current market value today of this 1958 Lincoln wheat penny, D mint mark, very fine condition, stands at $204,000. Yes, 1 cent carrying the force of a historic American treasure. This is big money, legacy money, the kind that rewards patience and understanding. And this value is not standing still. Each year, fewer of these coins remain available, while collector pressure continues to rise. Time is the greatest ally of this coin. Do not take this as imagination. This is the truth of the US collector market today. Wait, and this coin will grow even stronger. For collectors, the guidance is clear. Never clean it. Never underestimate final year coins. Authenticate it properly, protect it carefully, and let history work in your favor. Coins like this cannot be replaced once they are gone. The conclusion is undeniable and powerful. If this penny is in your possession, you are holding big treasure in its final form, the last echo of an iconic American coin design with serious financial power behind it. And remember, Hidden US Coins is freshly updated every single day, uncovering real US coin treasures hiding in plain sight. If you stayed until the end, you now understand something most people never will. Sometimes the smallest coin carries the largest fortune. Subscribe now and turn on notifications every day. We uncover real hidden treasures in the coin world.